This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Oh, yeah. So you probably want to get yours up a little bit closer.
Okay.
You can grab just...
All right. And co-host Marnie Winfield.
I got nothing.
Well, let's talk recovery.
Is that, are we supposed to finish that sentence or something?
No. It is the 28th of December, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marnie Winfield.
Welcome to the 217 Recovery Podcast. If your friend told you about this, maybe a family member, somebody like, you got to check out this podcast. These people are just talking about recovery, talking about real life stuff. Might learn something. They're half right. No, you might learn something. But yeah, that's what we do. We talk about our recovery, our life, things that are happening in our life, and things that are happening for 217 Recovery. It's a company that I started after I left treatment. People told me I couldn't do it. They told me when I said I wanted grants, how do I get grants? They said, you have to become a nonprofit. How do I do that? You get a lawyer. He's going to have to fill out all your stuff, make sure you're doing it right. And then you got to get a police officer on the board, maybe a judge, maybe a teacher. All these people, you got to get them together on your board. Then, you got to do it. And blah, blah, you got a lot to do. You might as well just stop. That's what they told me.
That's what they said. But
I don't listen.
Really?
I'm going to do it my way. And this time, I was actually doing something productive my way instead of, I'll try to figure out how I can not ever drink again my way, which means in about 5-6 years, I can drink again. And then I had to get rid of that notion and realize, no, I can't. 100 years from now, still can't drink.
Right.
So, yeah, this was more productive. And I got to buck up the system a little bit. And now I want to show up at places and make a difference, and not just showing up at places, handing out underwear, socks, or, stuff that people need, but actually in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Got big dreams, girl.
Yep.
Change things. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in those seats. I'd say most of them. They might have a substance use disorder. Sure, probably they do. Some of them. They probably hide it, whatever. But anyway, we need our people talking to us and for us, Mm-hmm. And there's just not a lot of that happening.
There's not.
I think a lot of people's hearts are in the right places, and they think, oh, yeah, well, we'll do this and we'll do that. And yeah, that'll help. And they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. And then the money gets trickled down, or the funding or whatever, or the ideas. And next thing you know, it's thought in the wind. It's gone. And they're like, well, that didn't work. Which one thing I do like that they're doing, they're giving grants to the recovery community organizations, which of course we are one, 217 mm-hmm. Recovery, part of Faces and Voices of Recovery. So proud of that. It's kind of a big deal. And they're saying, hey, we're going to give these grants. You guys know what's going on here. Give us some ideas. Tell us what you're doing with it.
Right.
We're not just going to go, hey, here's some money, go spend it. Have some ideas, make it look good, make it sound good. And I really like that. I was talking with a friend of mine today, and I was telling him about that. It's like, things are changing. And in this thing, this is going to piss people off who are in AA. Sorry. But he's like, yeah, that Bill W., he had some great ideas, this and that, but that was 100 years ago. And I was like, yeah, it's like telling somebody, no, you have to drive a Model T. That's the only car out there. It's like, well, and that's why I like their approach of, you can take a piece of whatever, take a piece of AA, NA, celebrate recovery. There's a bunch of them out there, man. Hot yoga recovery. Our friend James Deere mm-hmm. in New Zealand. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? I kind of laughed. I was like, because the chicks, he's like, no, mate, because I don't know. I'm not even going to try his accent because I'm way off today. But he's like, no, mate, it's great, and he loves it. And it's something that he really gets into. He's kind of offended when I was like, because the women. I don't think he was that offended, but I think he did go, wow, damn,
well, that's
Americans.
Something you would say, though.
Mm-hmm, it is, yeah.
He should have been ready for that one.
He's foreign. He's not used to it. But I love you, James, too. And I consider you a friend. If you want to check out his podcast, we do have a link on our website and on our app. Just look for Our Friends, Break the Chain. This is his work, but you know, he's doing big things too. And you know, it's the thinking outside the box, okay, how can we add a bunch of things to make it even better? And whatever works for you. You know, if you need to go to every kind of different meeting in the world to find one that works for you, awesome. Don't stop. You know, find it. And
AA does even say, you know, one of their little sayings is take what you want and leave the rest.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they make it very clear. And if it benefits you at the end of the day, then so be it, you know. And not every meeting is, you know, earth-shattering awesome, but there's always something that you walk away with, for me at least.
Yeah. If you don't, it's because you're not trying. My opinion.
But I do like what you have to say. I mean, it's so true. Like if you're not familiar with some of the other pathways that exist, you know, for recovery, Wellbriety or Smart Recovery, Dharma, Celebrate Recovery. If you're not familiar with those pathways, Google that. You know, I know it sounds silly. Everyone says, just Google it. Well, but it's true.
And we have a link on our website.
Yes, link on the website.
217recovery.com. You know.
But in terms of like going to those meetings and now, because that's the one thing that COVID did give us. I'm going to say that out loud. That since COVID, the meeting availability for recovery meetings has increased by like a lot. Like you can find any meeting pretty much online to be able to attend it. You know, you don't even have to walk out the door. You can join a meeting all over the world. So, but yeah, I mean, they all offer different, you know, takes on, you know, whatever it is that they think, I say they, meaning the pathway, is the way to, you know, recovery. And embrace it all, or take what you want and leave the rest.
Mm-hmm. But it gives us an opportunity when we're looking at these grants to go, look, you know, we could include everybody. You know, we don't have to just go, nope, the AA works and because this judge said it does, or whoever, that's what we got to do. Or, no, man, we don't have to do that anymore. You know, we can think outside the box. I want to have like a huge comedy show here. I mean, there's so many things that I want to do besides that, you know, but there's so many things I want to do. And I believe they will help people. And some of them I've never heard of before. I've never heard of anybody attempting them. And again, it's one of those things where somebody's going to tell me, that's not going to work, man. You might as well just stop. And that's just going to make me go even harder. But yeah, I mean, there's just tons of things out there that, you know, we can do for people who are struggling. And, you know, one of the things, obviously I talked about it last week about the podcast of, you know, changing the system and stop treating people like criminals and all that jazz. But that's true too, you know. And how do we do that? You know, well, it starts with us, our generation, I feel. And, you know, generation before us was a little bit different. They were kind of acknowledging, okay, this is a problem, but we don't want our son to die in a car accident, drunk driving. We don't want him to hurt another family while he was drunk driving. So let's focus on that. Okay, that's cool too, but let's, you know, get it before it even gets to that point where, again, when a family member can come up to me and be like, hey, you know, do you want to check out this program that they have in Traverse City? It's called Addiction Treatment Services. And you can go there and they will, you know, kind of make sure that you're okay when you stop drinking, and you can learn about addiction and learn different ways that you can live your life without having to reach for alcohol. Yeah, that sounds fun, because right now I'm about to lose my job. My wife is telling me she hates me when I drink, and the kids, she doesn't want me around them. And yeah, actually, that sounds like a good option. Can I go today? You know, I want people to look at it like that instead of, oh, I don't want to go to treatment, man. No, I don't want to. You know, I want it to be like that kind of conversation. And it'll happen one day.
Yeah.
But we got to do it now. You know, we got to be the ones that start it.
And there's a huge gray area when people are talking about if they have a problem or not at any age, you know, because everyone wants to pawn it off on validating it, you know, like, oh, he's never drank before, you know, he's just a young guy trying it out. Or, you know, that's why he's, you know, overdid it. Or he's in college and that's what college people do. So, you know, that's just, you know, it's normal quote unquote normal. And then, you get up to, like you said, there's reasonings. There's always something that you can say is a reason why. It's football. It's tailgating. It's a wedding. It's a bachelorette party. It's my day off. It's the weekend. It's happy hour.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And then there's always like fill in the blank for reasoning, and nobody wants to address the fact, like, is this timely? And do you have other responsibilities that you're supposed to be attending to? Are you going to be feeling okay the next day for whatever it is that, you need to be responsible for and attend to? So.
Well, and for us, the drinking was never the problem. The drinking for us was the solution.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been kind of avoiding this, but one of my friends is missing.
Yeah.
And if he's listening now, which I hope he is, I could tell you, hit me up or something. Obviously, you could have done that already. But I was talking to some people that know him from where he lived. I don't even know how to say that. But anyway, they were talking about, well, yeah, and his substance abuse, is what they call that. And I was like, okay, I hate it when people say that. Anna wrote that in her blog the other day. Like, substance abuse. I was like, Anna, stop. You know better. But they said that, and I was like, they were kind of rambling on a little bit. And I was like, well, look, okay. I was like, it's not, that's the solution for, that is his medicine. Like, that's how he knows to avoid all those feelings. Because he doesn't want to feel that way.
Right.
So he does this and, yep, don't even care. And, they were like, oh, yeah. And I was like, nah. So, there's depression that causes havoc in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. But that's one. I was a lady in Boyne City. I didn't know her, but it was too tough for her. And she went out in the woods and hung herself. And they were looking for her. They put up posters all around. And I used to live in Boyne City. And a couple of hunters found her, hanging from a tree. And she had kids. But for her, life was, so painful, and what she was dealing with, that was her option, and it's sad, and I just wish that, we could do more for people like that are struggling and hurting, and then my friend, and I don't know, he's the kind of guy who he didn't want to bother me with his problems, and I was dealing with the gallbladder thing, and then the acute pancreatitis, and I was in the hospital bouncing, and it was one of those things where I don't think he would have reached out to me, and I just hope he's okay.
Yeah.
But we don't just start off as alcoholics.
No.
Or junkies, or whatever you want to say, when you first start using, you look just like the guy at the store, just everybody else, you look just like them, and it takes its toll. And that's kind of what I meant earlier. And I said that exact same thing the other day about just starting earlier, when you can catch people in that state where if it's not like, hey, you're a bad person, you need to go get help. Instead of, maybe offer it a little different. Like, hey, don't you want a great life? Uh-huh. Do you want your wife to love you again like you did, 10 years ago? Uh-huh.
Right.
Do you want to be number one at work again? Uh-huh. Well, here, let's show you how. Okay. I mean, it's not a punishment, man.
Yeah.
Getting help, taking your life back, not a punishment. Not at all. That's beautiful.
Yeah, really. I mean, for me, it was evaluating what my relationship looked like with drugs and alcohol, and it was 100%. I mean, I was entangled, and like you were saying that life was too hard. Well, I mean, my life had so many pitfalls and complications because of my drug use and my alcohol use, so we're going to say like blame the drugs and alcohol, my problems are because of drugs and alcohol, or I drink because I have problems. I mean, where are we doing the here chicken and the egg thing? You know, think about it.
Yeah, just problems. You know, it becomes something that we can't control after a while, and when it does alter your brain and the chemistry there, that's when it becomes a disorder, and that's when it really is. It's changing your human brain to not want to take after your kid or not want to look after your kid or provide for your family. Alcohol, meth, heroin. That's number one. Coke, whatever. Ice cream, sex for some people, gambling. You know, I had a therapist tell me, I had a family member of mine, gambling problem, and they were like, no, there's like studies and this and that where when I go to the liquor store, when I go to wherever I bought my liquor, when I walked in that store, you know, I started to get the
euphoria.
Yeah. And, you know, I hear that, you know, like, oh, card went through, you know, I'm minutes away, you know, it was, start getting that pumped up feeling and, you know, take that first drink. But it's the same when someone walks in a casino and they hear those ding, 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 dings. They get that same kind of thing, you know, and I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So and it makes sense, you know, it's addiction. That's the front part of your brain is supposed to, you know, do the logic and the thinking and yeah, okay, well, we need to eat today. So let me go hunt some deer or whatever it is people eat in the woods with whatever family members that they want to take with them. But just saying, when that gets taken over by something that gives them an even better rush, food's pretty good. But man, you get that, ooh, oh, I want that again. I want that again. That's what your brain's saying. I want that again. Get more. Go get more. We eat later. Go get more. Mm-hmm. That's not normal. You know, and that's why it is a disorder. And yeah, but you didn't have to drink. You could have just stopped after 2.
Oh.
It's progressive. It's sneaky. Mm-hmm. You know, meth, I'm telling you, don't ever try it. Oh, this is ice. It's different. Don't try it. It's even worse. You know, that's my advice. And I'm not trying to like break an egg and tell you this is your brain on drugs. I'm just saying, don't F with it.
Right.
Best advice I could ever give anybody. Don't. Yeah, but don't. A lot of problems, or a lot of times too, me in the past, I'd be drinking. And after so many drinks, you just don't care. And whatever, man. Sure, I'll try it. I think I've tried every other drug when I was drunk. I'll try it. Let's go. Yeah, it can't be that good. And there was a point when you're younger, at least for me, right? I took pride in how much I could drink. You know, like that was a sign of, yeah, I can drink a lot, man. Okay. But then that, you know, would like, oh, I'm sizing myself up. All right, well, come over here. Give me some of that. See what you got. You know, and I do both of them. I do my drug and your drug. That's how awesome I am. You know, like,
right.
Which is crazy way to think about it. But that's what happens. So again, don't ever do that drug and just do the best you can. If you're having problems, you know, maybe if you're in early recovery, thanks for checking us out. And, you know, if you got something you ever want to share with us, feel free to reach out, you know, hit us up on Facebook. We're on the Instagram. We're on too many things and I don't really keep track of them all. But if you want to email me, that's an easy way too. Mm-hmm. Corey at 217recovery.com, Marnie at 217recovery.com, Corey. And then, of course, yours is Marney. Mm-hmm. Like such simple names and people can't get them right. Marnie? Cory?
I know, right?
Oh. So, yeah, but reach out. You know, if you ever want to share a story with us or maybe you want to be a guest on the podcast. Gerald was supposed to get with him this week. That's going to be a good one. You know, he was talking about how spiritual he is now. And I just love having people on, tell their stories and different ways that got them to where they are now. And when they want to talk about feeling good and how great recovery has been in their life. That's awesome when people do that.
Because I think hearing people's stories and, you know, they say like lots of times speaker meetings or what things were like, what happened, and what they're like now, that whole concept, our stories are incredibly empowering. And I say our, meaning everybody who's sober today, everybody who's in a different spot than where they were back when they were active in their addiction. It might not even be all that long. And that's what the insane part is that I love, is that I never thought that I would be as happy as I am. I never thought I could be happy, period, ever again. I thought I was just going to literally drone on through life, and I didn't know what it held for me, but I had no aspirations. I didn't hold myself accountable for anything, and I didn't think I could ever quit drinking. I didn't think it was possible. And so everybody who thinks that, how can they do it? They can do it. Those people can do it because they're magical, but I can't. No, I literally thought that way. I was like, they got something that I don't, and I don't know how to ever find it. I'm listening to the words that they're saying, and I believe that they say that they believe in what they're saying, but for me, that's not going to happen until you actually make that surrender and just decide that you're done, and then see what can happen. Just try that and see what can happen. See how see how things can turn around. I'm trying to do this not cussing thing, but no, it's the miracle will happen. It can.
What, you not cussing?
That one, we'll say probable, but
I'm not even going to make any sex stuff talk. I'm just gonna say hi to your dad. Hello, Mr. Liston. Glad you're listening again.
We're going to see him tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Man, Christmas is just like dragging on.
Talk about your potty mouth. Now, I really, this talk of having other people, share their stories and stuff, and how, you didn't think you could ever stop. And I've been kind of in that same boat. A friend of mine, Adam, he was talking about doing it his way, and he's going to just smoke pot. And he told me that at one point, and I just chuckled. I was like, and I told him, I was like, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. I was like, but I'm not. You have to figure it out on your own. I don't know if he remembers me telling him that. I was bringing him back from Boyne City one time, and I was telling him that. No, I'm just going to. Yep. It reminds me of the stages I went through, because I did the same shit. You like that? But I emphasized it.
Yeah, I know you did.
And I did. Same shit.
Yeah.
And he moved on from that and thought, well, I'll just do that a little bit and this and that. And it wasn't until he got to the point where it was, okay, I'm not going to do it Adams way anymore. I'm just, F it. It hasn't worked yet. I keep changing my methodology.
There you go.
I just need a different word. Changing strategy, but it's still the same plan, and it sucks. Just to let go, like you said, and just accept it and move on. Move forward. And the other guy that I was talking about the other day about how he was out of treatment and just wanted to go get a job and make money. And once he makes some money, he's going to get back to the good old him, and I'm like, I was talking with Adam today, and I told him about that guy, and I was like, the thing is, he don't even know who the real him is. He doesn't. When's the good old him? When was that? When he was like 7? I just need some money and I'll get back. No, get back to the good life of what? When? When you were 10, you've been drinking your whole life. What good old you are you going to get back to? Right. You got to find that guy. You got to create that guy.
Create is the word.
And you can look at it like, oh, I don't want to go to sober living. I don't want to go to treatment. And then I don't want to go to sober living. And I don't want to go to 5 meetings a week. Again, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen if you have that attitude. But if you change it and look at it like, look, I have a chance to create a new life for myself. Okay, I have to start at the bottom. Okay, fine. find out what you want to do in life. Find a purpose. What do you put above using?
Mm-hmm.
If just dig deep, what is it? Okay, then go for it. Just thinking that, I'll just make money and I'll get back to the good old me. No, you're not going to. Look at it in a different light. Change the way your brain thinks. Think positive thoughts. Stop listening to bullshit. Like that music. Listen to some positive stuff for a change. When that stupid country song about the Oreo shake comes on or whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's positive. I can't really listen to it because it sucks. But listen to some positive music.
Make a playlist. That's one thing that makes me happy. What do they say? Coping strategies. Things you can do other than drink. Like go for a walk, go to the gym, make some cookies, call your mom, knit a sweater.
Donate $20 to 217 Recovery.
Rake your yard. Organize your jewelry drawer. Make a playlist.
Send 217 Recovery an email.
Yeah, send somebody an email, right?
10 friends.
And I'm
Send them
telling
our
you
app.
what, music is super powerful. Like
It is.
extremely powerful. And it can go the opposite direction too. You can listen to some stuff where it's like wah, wah, wah. And you're, or stuff that reminds you of your using days or whatever. But you find, and listen to the lyrics of things. Like if you Google just songs about and fill in the blank, you can be pretty actually particular, and they'll bring up like songs, and they might be country, they might be pop, you'll get anything from Taylor Swift to Silverchair on lyrics that are about certain songs. And it's interesting to hear about what they're really saying and pay attention to that, and then make yourself a little playlist.
NF is really good. Of course, he's from Michigan, but he's really good. And I didn't even know he was from Michigan.
Macklemore's got some good songs. We listened to those the other day.
Yeah.
About recovery.
It's Macklemore, though. His are, I don't know.
Neither here nor, sometimes they're a little bit.
Yeah, because the album you'll be listening to, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, I like that song. Oh, man, that's great. And then this next song, he's singing about hanging out at the liquor store, and yeah, that was his past, and that's something he did. But it's confusing. It can confuse somebody in early recovery, because one song he's talking about how he's glad he doesn't drink anymore, and he doesn't. And then the next one he goes into, buying a pint of OE or, whatever. And I don't know, hose in the back seat snorting Coke, it's like, okay, well, wait a minute here. I thought we was going to do recovery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very dangerous when you listen to music sometimes. But if you can find the right things and listen to the right songs, you don't have to listen to the whole Macklemore, Ryan Lewis album or whatever, but pick and choose. But NF is one you can just put in and just all the way through, and his CD Mansions is all right. But his other ones, like his third and fourth album, were my favorites. And, check them out. Try something new if you've never heard of them, haven't listened. There were some things I was going to talk about today. I totally forgot to start off with it. First, I want to thank some people.
Okay.
I like to thank my mama.
Mm-hmm.
I like to thank my wifey. I don't know if you can tell, but we have new microphones again.
Yeah.
I know. I've been dying to get on these because we were on location, so we used our on-location mic. So this is the first time we've been in the studio since you've bought me this microphone for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks. And then Mama bought me the microphone that you're using, which is amazing as well.
Thanks, Mom.
We're really coming up. And I was looking because the very first microphone that we bought, that I bought was a Fifine. And it was on Amazon. It was $30. Well, you could only get black then. And then they came out with a rose gold one. Now you can get blue, silver, and green. And I thought about sending a link to Chris Goss. Here you go, buddy. Start your own podcast, man. Mm-hmm. Check in with people, see what's going on. And then I thought, man, where we've come from and where we're at now and what we're doing now and the way we sound now, go back on the app, listen to some of the podcasts from 2019. You'll be able to tell. And you're like, damn, but I had a vision and I was ready and willing to work for it. And it was exciting. Mm-hmm. People telling me, no, I couldn't do it. and here I am. I'm too stupid to listen to you. Like, I don't believe you that I can't do it. And, just push forward and go for what you want. And that's exciting. Don't look at your life as, I got to change everything and it's going to suck. No, find some excitement in there. You have another chance at life. Okay, it might not happen the first time. Get back up. Don't stop quitting. Get back up. Let's go. Move forward. And that's something that my friend Adam, had to do. And he's finally like, you know what? I got to do this a different way. And, he was saying some good things today. And it just reminded me a lot about where I was at when I went to sober living, for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, I don't know what was in store for me, but I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to have fun. I'll make the most of it. And, seeing that, it's just kind of like, wow. And I was thinking, like, I was his mentor when we were in treatment. And I asked him when he went to treatment, and I think it was February of 2019. And I was like, dude, I didn't even know you 3 years ago, and here we are, like how much has changed in just a short amount of time,
mm-hmm.
But I wasn't just sitting back waiting for it to happen, I was working for it.
Yeah.
And I made a list of things I wanted to accomplish in that first year. Go after some things.
Yeah, for sure.
I put on there, find my wife.
Make goals for yourself.
Yeah, find a woman who's worth my love and who's going to love me back how I deserve. And it's good at sex stuff. I mean, I wasn't on there, but what?
Nothing.
I was just. Oh, is my mic on? Yeah. So thanks for the mics, Mom and wife.
Yes.
And then thanks to Breaking Alignment Plus of Traverse City, they hooked us up again, and they support recovery, man. That's awesome. And Traverse City people say is a good recovery community. I think a lot of communities are. The more we're out doing good stuff in the community, it kind of shows them.
Mm-hmm.
But Break in Alignment Plus, they've been really good to us. Also to Meijer and to Sam's Club of Traverse City. They've hooked us up. And now I get to add Walmart.
Yes.
Of Traverse City. Thank you so much for hooking us up.
Yeah, we just heard from them yesterday. Today.
Yeah, yesterday evening. Got the email and I was like, wow, great. And we applied earlier, I want to say in the spring or early summer, and didn't hear anything back. And I was like, well, at least it wasn't a no, because I have a thing where if nobody responds within 90 days, it's automatically kicked back as rejected. So I thought, let me try that again. And bloop, and that was just, I want to say like a week and a half ago,
mm-hmm.
maybe 2 weeks ago. And they have like 90 days to review it. So I was like, wow, okay, cool. They were on that. That was nice. So we really do appreciate it. And we kind of explained to them what we do and what we're doing. And we just donated 27 sheet sets to Addiction Treatment Services here in Traverse City, the men's facility. So everybody, that's how many beds they have.
Mm-hmm.
So every bed has new fitted sheets, top sheet, pillowcase.
And pillows.
Pillows that we got them Black Friday. And Target, thanks to them, Target of Traverse City, they helped us. We bought some pillows with the gift card that they gave us. So appreciate it. And yeah, so they got pillows. I mean, pretty much all new bed except blanket.
Yeah.
So we'll be working on that soon. But yeah, with us being experts at going to treatment, and, like we've been there and we've worked there at treatment centers. So, and you obviously work for one now too. So we've seen people come in with no underwear, and socks and one pair of pants, one shirt, like those are some of the things that can really make a difference in people's lives. And we were at my parents before we came back. We were in Coloma and we were coming back up north the day after Christmas, and we were in the living room, and we were kind of telling my stepfather and my mom that, hey, this is what we've seen. And my stepdad was like, what? I'm like, yeah, somebody asked me for if I had any used underwear, like I could bring them from home, not like used, but like in the bottom of a drawer somewhere. And he was just like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, it can be worse than that even, and that can make a huge difference. And when we see people come in there, especially the men, one of the first things they want is a haircut. And just the reaction when people see them and, oh, hey man, you're looking good. And they just light up and they're paying attention in groups and they're taking it more serious. And they're not that same person that came in with the messed up hair and hadn't showered. And no, now they've showered. They got a new haircut and man, put on a clean shirt. That shit makes a difference. It really does. I was lucky enough to have some nice clothes and to kind of already go through that stage and be able to at least wear nicer clothes because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to look good, feel good, But thanks to everybody for helping us out. And, we've been there. We've seen what people need, and a lot of times people are like, oh, get some deodorant. Yeah, that's cool too. They need that. But it's those things that sometimes people don't think about that you and I can look at and go, whoa, wait, hold on.
Exactly.
Like, how about we, help in this way?
Yeah.
Keep helping how you're helping, but we have inside track. So again, thanks to all those people in those companies.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Love it. Love when people support us and then they realize that, yeah, people do change, and it just makes me feel so good that there are people out there that are making decisions, that look at it and go, yeah, like what these people are doing is great. And yeah, I do believe people can change and they can turn it around. And yeah, we'll donate to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was something else. I don't even remember. It was good though. It was really good. Something else I was going to say, like, it's so good that I might just save it.
There you go.
I'm just going to save it till Thursday now.
Okay.
Damn, it was so good. Talked about the microphones. I don't know. It was so good. God doesn't want me to share it, so I'm not going to today.
He'll remember it, and then maybe we'll just do a podcast tomorrow.
Oh, are you going to do your family podcast? Are you going to bring them here to the studio?
I don't know. We still could do that. It's a possibility.
They're going to be like, why do you have like 18 microphones?
Yeah, right. They're going to be like, wait, I don't get it.
If you haven't seen, I posted like a video walkthrough, just like real quick on the studio. I think it's great. From where I started. Yeah, go back to 2019. Listen to some of those podcasts.
I saw that studio. Can you even call it that?
A couch? Oh, you mean Ryan when we were at Naveed's and Ryan's thing? No, that was his bedroom. We'd pull up some chairs. Here you go. Here's your microphone. Toss him one. Here you go.
It was so awkward. And it was funny. It was actually comical to like look at it. And they're like passing the microphone back and forth. Yeah. It was something else.
Then we finally got 3.
Yeah.
We had 3 mics. So we all had our own mic at one point, but
people were taking bathroom breaks.
Oh yeah.
It was like, what's going on here? This is what you do.
We did have fun though.
No, I know you did. It was good. It was very laid back.
And I
comfortable.
Wish all those guys the best still. Chris, I hope he's doing well. And he mentioned something about coming on again. And, I should extend an olive branch because people do want to know kind of what happened to him and where he's at. And he's not going to sugarcoat it.
Right.
They'll tell you what's going on. And Ryan, kind of a different story. But ultimately, yeah, I hope he's doing well. He's got a great family. People care about him, and I don't want to say anything bad happened to him, but some people you have to walk away from, and for your own sobriety and your own, just like, I'm good on that. But we had a good time. There's some funny episodes for sure, but listen to some 2020 podcasts. Early 2020 is when Chris and Ryan were on, and Ryan was on 2019 as well, but we were all doing the sober living home together, and that's the kind of fun you can have with people. It doesn't have to be people you live with in sober living. That can just be your coworker. I mean, anybody really. People at meetings you go to. Let's talk about recovery. Enjoy it. Smile. Have fun.
Yeah.
Create your new life. Be special.
See what unfolds for you.
Yeah, and I can't stress this enough. one of the best things that you can do for your soul is to donate money to 217 Recovery. You don't like that? You're just like, that's so weak. Like you're waiting for something inspirational.
Yeah, I was waiting for something just like earth shattering. Awesome.
No, don't do meth or ice. Don't try it. I'm not cracking eggs telling you this is your brain on drugs. I'm straight up saying don't do it.
Right. There you go.
That's the best I can give. Mm-hmm. And if you have a problem or think you have a problem, or somebody does come to you and they're like, hey, are you okay? And treatment is not bad. Starting your life over isn't bad. It's a miracle. You're lucky.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get a chance to. So look at it like that and don't worry about what other people think about you. Mm-hmm. You can't do anything about that except change the person you are, and then they can still hate you. It doesn't matter. Do you, man or lady?
For sure.
Did you want to talk about anything or?
No, this is good. It's all good.
All right, cool. Thanks for listening. The app, though, do tell your friends about it. We're in the App Store, the Google Play Store. You can listen to every podcast on the app and on our website, 217recovery.com. If you want a list of like different types of recovery meetings you can go to, there are links at 217recovery.com. You can go check out and you're like, oh, I've never heard of this. It'll take you right to the website of whatever pathway you're looking for. And there's not every single one of them up there, but there are quite a few. And check it out and then watch our videos and have a little fun.
Yep.
But thanks again. And we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Night, everybody.